Welcome back to Road to Fire. We're a family of three documenting our journey to fire, financial independence, retire early. Let's chat about our May 2021 budget. I will share all our real numbers, details on our budget, our new saving strategy, and outline all expected expenses for the month like always, so please hang with me. Now, our monthly take home pay has decreased again, but we are now finally able to contribute to my husband's 401k, and that means we have some catching up to do. Our goal this year is to max out both 401ks, and it's a key goal for us to hit this year, not only for tax implications. But because our take home pay is lower, creating our monthly budget was a bit challenging this month. We had to really prioritize our dollars and outline what expenses matter the most to us. Now we are halfway through Q2, and we have to start shifting dollars into our savings to pay for our second property. I hate decreasing our monthly investing dollars, but I really want to move into a single family home this year and not overpay as well. So this month we have a new focus on our saving strategy. For the last 4 months, we have really put most of our dollars into an investing. In fact, we have invested over 25,000 after-tax dollars into the market and have seen great returns so far. I do think that the market is a bit inflated as well, but because we are long-term investors, we will always stay the course. So in May, we'll be shifting some of our dollars to our second home purchase. We'll be purchasing a single family home to help us get into a good school district for my son as he'll be starting kindergarten next year. We also want to increase our emergency fund. Right now we have about $15,000 in that account, which is about 4 months, and I'd like us to get to about 6 months by the end of the summer. And because we got hit with a big tax bill this year, I really want to make sure we have sufficient funds for whatever bill we might have next year. But we still budget it the same way. We use the zero-based budget method, but it's almost like a no-budget budget for us because all of our savings and expenses are automated and we really only focus on our wants spending. We have a bi-weekly check-in just to help us stay on track for the remainder of the month, and it helps us make adjustments if needed. This month, I really want to hit a lot of our budget lines. We have never hit all lines in our budget because the forecast is always over or under each month, but I hope we can do better than April. Let's just say that the last 10 days in April was a complete mess, but I am really optimistic about May. So let's review our projected income for the month. Our passive income has finally started trending upward, and I'm so excited with our growth there. I also have found a stable side hustle that works in my schedule, and I just posted a few other items online, so I'm feeling good about potential sales this month. Despite decreases in our W-2 income, our other streams of income have begun to increase that will help offset things moving forward. Just a side note, my husband's business income and expenses are not included in our budget, so part of his salary automatically goes to support those initiatives. And once we move out of our house hack, we will separate our rental income from our personal income just to make things easier to manage moving forward. Okay, so here's our May income report. Our W-2 is now at just 85% of our income by design. We are really shooting for this to be about 75% of our income by the end of this year. Now, I don't want us to be too dependent on our W-2 in the future because the goal is to be financially independent from a corporate entity. And our passive income has finally hit over the 10% mark, which is great overall. So here are the details. Our W-2 is an even $11,400, and this represents after 401k and HSA contributions. I am on track with our 401k goal, and my husband will be soon, but he did miss 4 pay period contributions due to switching jobs last quarter. We also have no planned bonuses this month, so that would be at $0. And our passive income for this month includes YouTube income from April, which I will share in my passive income report coming out soon, our rental income, and a few other small sources which are very minimal overall. This month is expected to be at about $1,710, which is a $200 increase from last month due to increased YouTube income from last month, so thank you guys so much. And side hustle income has not changed. It's still at $275, and that's fixed from last month. I hit this number or almost hit this number last month, but I expect to be on the same trend in May. So our total expected income for May will be around $13,385, which is lower than our other months in 2021, but it's as expected. Now let's look over our expected expenses for May. We had a few unplanned expenses in April that really threw off our budget closeout numbers. So we are adding more buffers to our expenses this month, as in rounding up on expected expenses just to be safe. And as the weather gets better, I do expect our entertainment, grocery, and eating out budget to increase. Basically in the Midwest, you hibernate like bears during the long winter, and then you treat the entire week like a weekend during the summer to make up for the lost time. It's fun and a bit overwhelming, but it does get expensive. But we're working to find free events or better options to still be social yet conscious with our spending, which will be a challenge for us overall. So here's our May expense report or budget overview. Our top 5 categories are the usual, but we did plan to send more money to debt this month than before. I was not happy with our April debt-free journey progress, so I'm really pushing harder in May. But the more side hustle income we make, the more debt payments we can make as well. I'm really itching to get this off our budget soon. So our savings rate this month is planned to be around 40%, which is well below our 2021 average. This again is our after-tax savings rate. Our savings strategy or our breakout has changed as well. We will be around 55% of our money sending to our taxable brokerage account, 19% to our IRAs, and 26% into our savings or sinking funds. Overall, our total expenses are just under $13,313 for this month. So let's get into the details. We always pay ourselves first and strive to live off of one income. We plan to save $5,350 this month, down $600 from last month. I'm sure I'll have to reevaluate our 2021 goals at the end of May. Next is our mortgage payment at $1,665. My lender has finally updated our tax information and sent us nearly a $1,000 refund because we have been overpaying since we bought the house 6 months ago. For car payments, we plan to send $1,550 to Chase. This number is made up of our proposed side hustle income, our April YouTube income, and our monthly payments. We also believe in tithing while investing and paying off debt. I know that isn't the norm, but it's non-negotiable for us. We'll be sending $1,339 to our church and local charities. And our child expenses are usually fixed. We'll be spending around $1,256 this month. This includes my son's swim lessons, daycare for 3 days of the week, as well as soccer classes he's in now. And we never cut expenses. In fact, this is probably going to increase month over month. Again, these 5 expenses basically make up all of our income and it's where I spend most of my attention when I'm budgeting. Once we pay off our car, we'll be able to really hit the ground running with investing. For now, groceries has stayed at $300, but I have noticed that all items are becoming more expensive, #inflation, so I do expect us to increase this next month and moving forward. Okay, so our utility bill is going to be $273 this month. This includes gas, electricity, cell phones, and internet for the month. Our electricity bill is finally reasonable as the weather is getting better. So the restaurant line item has increased. We are definitely eating out more than before, and that is driven by more date nights and family picnics, which are the best, especially as the weather is getting better. I do have a planned medical expense at around $200 this month. I had a doctor visit last month that I expect to be charged around this month, and that bill has not come in yet, but I'm projecting it to be around $200. Household items include a few repairs that we want to do in the house. We expect it to cost around $195. We don't want to use our house repair sinking funds for this smaller expense, so we'll take it out of our monthly budget. Traveling is exciting. I will be going on a small girls trip to Denver and that will cost me about $190, and that is my part for the Airbnb, groceries, and any other food items we might expect during that time. So the $155 for the gym is for my husband's CrossFit membership. He loves it, so I love it. He works out more and it's really motivated me to get back into shape as well. I hate the gym, so I prefer running outside or free online YouTube classes. And car gas is at $120, and that's for my husband's daily work commute. I am still working 100% from home, and it's been over a year so far. Entertainment includes Netflix subscription and fund money for my husband and I both for anything we want. I usually spend my money on secondhand hardcover books, and he probably spends it on little knickknacks for his business. We also have about $50 allocated for repair just in case, but we have nothing planned against that. And for gifts this month, my father's birthday is this month, so I'm expecting to get him something. He doesn't really like gifts overall, but we try to get him a few things here and there, so basic grandpa gifts. And our last expense is the business expense as always, and that's fixed at $20, and that's for my 2 subscriptions. So total expenses for May will be around $13,313. We have about a $60 buffer, but most of my expenses are overestimated just to be safe this month. So here's our 2021 after-tax savings rate tracker. We have a target to be around or over 50% for this year. This, though, is the one financial metric that I don't really stress about. So in Q1, we had a decent or pretty good saving rate at just over 50% due to me sending an extra transfer to our investing account on accident. I don't think we have another after-tax saving rate that high again until another 3-pay period month for us. In April, we ended the month with a 45.9% saving rate, and that's because my husband had an extra check that I underestimated. But in May, we'll have our lowest planned saving percentage at 40%, but I'm not concerned. In our mid-month check-in, I'll get a better view on how we're tracking towards our overall goals. Year to date, our average is around 47.32%, which is all right and slightly below our 50% goal, but we're getting there. So here are some of our personal financial goals for May. My husband also creates his own targets as well. Last month, I had 2 of my 4 financial goals. I was able to make over $600 in side hustle income, and I started having conversation with a potential financial mentor, which I'm really optimistic about. So this month, I am stretching myself again. The first goal is to read one financial book. I haven't read a financial book since March, so I want to get back into that. Number 2 is to attend a Choose 5 local chapter meeting. I signed up, but I have not made a single meeting yet, so I'm really pushing myself to actually attend one meeting this month. Goal number 3 has definitely increased. I want to make $800 in side hustle income this month, and I really think this is something that we can do as my husband's business and apps have finally launched, so I hope to get some income from that area as well. And the last goal is our stretch goal, and that's to get our savings rate over 45%. I know we have 40% planned, but if we manage our expenses well and increase our income, we may be able to hit this. Now, this is definitely the stretch goal out of all the 4 here, but you never know it could be possible. Goal setting is a large part of our plan. After reading the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, which has definitely changed my life, I now make it a point to make SMART goals for almost all aspects of my life. So I just can't believe it's already May. 2020 was probably the slowest year in history, and 2021 is probably the fastest. I feel like we're on track with our goals, but because both the real estate and stock market are all over the place, you just never know. This month budget has to be better than April. We ended up so upside down in April that we now need to repair our sinking funds. So I hope we can get back onto our aggressive investing plan when we hit the month of June. I know the small ups and downs each month seem large, but in the long run, we are still doing all the right things to help us retire early. Now, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below. Until next time.